Oh my gosh, this is an insane like situation you guys are in. They're four people cat. Like what is even going on here? They're four people cat. You're alone in cave with the bomb and your team is towards A and taking the site. This is like textbook bad planning. Your next reaction has to be to turn right around because otherwise why are you smoking off the side of the map? And do not pull out your knife here. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad. Hey guys, what's going on? This is going to be the first demo review that I post onto my YouTube channel, so I hope you guys all enjoy it. This was submitted by a subscriber who joined my Discord, and he said he needed help with his IGLing, so this video is going to be focused on IGLing, as well as individual mistakes that I see throughout the video, so don't worry, there's definitely something for everyone by watching this video. If you want a chance to be reviewed in the next video, make sure to join my Discord, subscribe to the channel, and leave your Faceit match and username in the channel on my Discord. And if you want a private demo review, make sure to check out the coaching link in my description below if you're interested in booking a session with me. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let's get right into it. All right, so pistol round. Let's see what you call here. Okay, fast lurch smoke it looks like into a B rush. Probably just trying to get plant down fast. That's fine. I like that. It's a good strat. If you get the plant down pretty quick, I would like to have a molly in this situation because when you throw a fast lurch smoke and try and get the bomb down quick, it's kind of hard to take any more control like into cave or long because you have a smoke here and then it's hard to take these fights and go into cave. It's hard to come this way towards long or short. So definitely get someone on your team to buy a molly here because you still need the flashes to entry into the site, but the molly is really good for the post plant. The molly is good because once you get the bomb down and you don't take more control, you can just have someone sit like back here and hold like a lineup for a molly onto default so that if the CT is trying to defuse late round, if they don't have a smoke, you're just going to win the round on time, and you really have to play for time when you don't have any sort of control of anywhere on B. But yeah, that's all good. Let's see what you guys do though. Okay, so bad flash, not even because it missed, and I'll show in a second why. Your team gets the bomb down. Oh, also you missed the smoke, I forgot to say, but yeah, you missed the smoke, so that's obviously not ideal. That makes it pretty tough to do the strat that was called. And the reason this flash is bad that you're trying to throw high left on the site is because your strat is to smoke the right side and try and clear the left side and plant, right? So when your team is going to be scaling up into the site, where are they going to be looking? They're going to be looking left side. They're going to be looking pillar, they're going to be looking emo or dark, they're going to be looking for anyone standing close on this wall. So when you throw a flash super high left, you're basically giving the CTs an advantage if they were playing any of these left side angles. But instead, if you were to come over here and throw like some sort of high right flash that lands here, anyone trying to play close would get blind and your team would have a free, kill trying to entry up this way because they wouldn't be getting blind, but anyone's sight is getting blind. And that all depends on your right side smoke hitting too, because it makes it so much easier if there's a smoke here because no one has to look towards the right. So if you throw a flash over here, it won't blind anyone while they're looking left. So, that depends on you hitting the smoke. But yeah, so make sure you're hitting the smoke, and also I wouldn't flash high left there because you're just going to blind your whole team while they're trying to entry up. But okay, let's see what happens next. I mean, this is all fine for the situation, but you see how awkward what is happening here? You guys don't have any control. And at this point, with the smoke mist being this bad, it's kind of hard to take these fights in these angles, but I think you're actually kind of making the best of it, trying to take a fight and then hide in the smoke. But you can see the issue with how awkward these fights are for you guys taking control. But if you had a molly, you could just play back and play time super hard. But I'm sure you guys feel the pressure to take some sort of control because you don't really have anything and you don't have any plan for the post plant. So your team just runs it down and you're left in a 1v3. Ooh, I mean, just aim there. Like, that's the problem, but it was a nice try. If you got that kill, I think it was actually pretty winnable, but yeah, nice try. Oh, he's spamming your body. All right, you guys forced into this. Yeah, it's everyone, but one person did. Must have been AFK or something. Let's see what you do. All right, you're smoking house. You threw it late, so they're going to be able to block it. Yeah, they did because, you threw the smoke late. They're able to get here and block it. So obviously just a small mistake there. But also let's look at your guys' smokes, right? You guys only had, well, someone died, but I don't think he had a smoke, right? He didn't have a smoke. So you guys only have 2 smokes in the round, right? And you're on a low buy. Is there really a point in smoking house early on a round like this, especially if you're not going to be taking fast mid? Not really. When you just throw a house smoke and don't throw any other utility to like stop them in mid, like no flashes over mid, no molly cubby, no HE off of this wall, the CTs are just going to run right through the smoke every single time, so the smoke's kind of useless, especially if you only have 2 smokes in the round and you're just throwing one at house and it's just going to fade before you can even use it, then it's really, really useless. So if anything, just smoke house and actually take mid with it if you're going to smoke house, or just save the smoke and use it somewhere else because it definitely wasn't needed. But it's all good. The CTs just peek up cat because you guys weren't able to deny mid in any way. So that's obviously just tough. All right, you're taking mid together. This is fine. The smoke's still up. You kind of used it here. Oh, this guy is behind everyone. No one cleared this. That is crazy. I mean, this is just chalked. Yeah, this is so chalked. I mean, it's crazy. This guy only got one there. But yeah, you guys, someone's got to clear this guy. Wow. All right, well, you guys just take towards A though. This is fine. Big kill. Big kill. Say like this is a situation where if you didn't use your smoke on house, imagine when you were coming into donut here. Obviously, you guys kind of used the house smoke towards the end of it, but I think it was kind of like, you know, more lucky that this smoke was still here because I don't know what your guys' plan actually was, but maybe it was. I'm not really sure. But anyway, imagine you had a smoke here. You could have smoked spawn or something, or smoked behind yourself in donut. Just any other use for the smoke other than the house smoke, but it kind of did help you guys, so maybe it was all right, but I don't think you guys actually thought about it that much. Ooh, I mean, your teammate's just trolling really hard. This isn't you, obviously, but why is he planting here when you're not sure if they can be donut or not? You have no one donut, just always plant here. So that's like your pug teammate. It's not your fault, but just for anyone watching, there's no point in ever planting here. Just always plant in this corner if you're not safe from donut. So yeah. Also, wait, what is going on here? What is this guy doing? You guys are so disconnected. Oh, all good. Okay. Smoke bomb, no tap. It's good you're not peeking it. Someone should call who's playing first. Okay, it looks like your teammate's going first. You gotta be careful about both of you guys fighting at the same time, especially with making noise. Because I mean, exactly what just happened, right? When you guys both fight at the same time like that, or at least when you do it loudly, like if you were to have had him fight and then you also walk out at the same time and you guys would have, like, you know, been fighting the same thing at the same time, that's fine. You guys both went to stop him from like defusing basically, and you both did it loudly. Like he came through the smoke and you also stomped here and didn't peek in time, and you know, you gave him the 2 1v1s that he needed to win the round. So definitely a big mistake there. You can just have your teammate go through to deny the plant, but honestly I think it should have been you in this situation. You could just come here and make like a lot of noise and like stomp here, and your teammate can also like sneak through the smoke or sneak out the default at the same time, so that even if you die from the CT like turning here and shooting you, your teammate is just going to trade. But if the CT were to tap and like come behind this box and get close to spawn and kill your teammate and then hide here, it'd be harder for you to trade from this way, so it could have just been played a little bit better. Today's video is sponsored by SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is an automated trading site that allows you to take some of your old skins and trade them in for some new ones. There are a ton of skins on the site, but if you are looking for something specific, you can use the filter to find the skin that you are looking for. When you're making your first trade on the site, make sure to use my code GRAPE to get a bonus of up to $5 for free. If you see a skin on the site that you want but you don't have one of equal value, you can also deposit money with a 30% bonus plus an extra 5% if you use my code GRAPE at checkout. And if you don't have anything to trade, they also do free giveaways every day, so there's literally nothing to lose by joining SkinsMonkey. So just make sure to use the link in my description and have fun trading. Alright, you guys are buying again. I mean, you're throwing the house smoke late again, so you're lucky it didn't get blocked, but same mistake. Make sure you're not throwing the house smoke late. If you're gonna have the instant smoke lineup, you have to throw it, you know, instantly. Alright, someone just ran through A main insta. That's crazy. I mean, you're lucky your teammate had your back there. Alright, your team's just taking B control. Not really sure what you called. Maybe you just called like for some sort of default in a round like this. You guys just come towards A, you get the kills towards mid and cat, so pretty easy A take. Okay, you cleared spawn, it's fine, you're a little bit aggressive here, but your teammate just kind of trolled by dying in donut solo. I think either you guys are going to play for donut or spawn, and someone should have probably just came from donut instead of like playing in donut alone. They should have just came spawn and cleared it with you, and then you can take spawn control and play from spawn, but you guys kind of split 1-1-1, which is kind of a mistake. Let's see how you guys play this now. Alright, nice. Good kill. Okay, 1v1. Careful, yeah. Ooh, lucky you got the flick there, but think of like the situation and where he was when he killed your teammate. So you killed this guy. Your teammate got traded from this side of like the default. Obviously, he's not standing in the smoke, and you can even like see that there's a smoke there, right? So he can't be standing in the smoke killing your teammate, and he's probably like the first reaction from anyone on the other team isn't going to be to come towards the smoke and then swing through the smoke on you, right? It's always going to be like this peak, so you have to be prepared for that instead of the smoke. There's no point in pre-aiming this smoke here. No one's going to like, you know, on purpose run into a smoke to run through the smoke when they know exactly where you are, right? So it's nice you got the flick kill, but could have been bad, so be careful about how you're pre-aiming there. Alright, so you're denying the cat jump up, kind of. You didn't really do too well on this, because if the CTs were to know how to jump up cat here, which is possible if they jump off of this ledge, your molly doesn't really deny anything, and also they might even be able to like jump past it a little bit and peek on cat. So what you really want is a molly that lands on cat and denies all of cat here and also spreads towards the left. I actually went over this in my ancient mistakes video on T-side and showed like the best molly you can throw. It's actually a molly that lands like right here, and it spreads all the way to cat in the box and also spreads super far to the left here so that no one can like sit over here and wait to peek. They'll be like burning if they're standing anywhere here, but basically you need the molly to land on cat so they can't be up here peeking in any way. So just make sure you're not throwing the molly down here or even just on the box. You need it landing like up here to spread to the box and up to cat. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be, you know, punished, so it's okay. Let's see what you guys do next. So definitely heavy B defaults, which is fine. Ancient is a very heavy, you know, B default map. You guys could probably try and go more like quick towards mid on rounds like this when you know that the team is on like a force or like a half buy, and you know they don't have like the nades to stop you in mid, so they don't have like double mollies and they don't have double HEs. Sometimes it's better to just like rip a fast mid, just smoke house early, throw like flashes over mid, molly cubby, and just take mid on them because you know they can't really deny it. But defaulting like this is fine too, as long as you guys do it safely. Okay, you just take out mid. Not really sure where the rest of your guys' smokes are, but a late house smoke would be nice here. Just to repressure this and, you know, make sure they can't, you know, just keep holding house. Or even a late donut smoke would be nice here because look how this person's holding the line. If you pressure this person off, they're going to fall back. This person's going to feel the pressure, and you guys could even work into house with a late donut smoke here, but you guys don't have any smokes towards mid, so kind of a mistake. Not really sure where your guys' smokes went. Okay, just taking the fight onto house. Okay, be careful. You're just reloading in the open there. I mean, you even saw that he was house, right? You were fighting him, and then you just started reloading, so definitely be aware of that. So if you're fighting him right now, your teammate's too far to the right, you can't see him. How many bullets do you even have? You have 9 bullets left, so there's not even really a need to reload here, but if you are going to reload, just tuck back into the cubby and then reload because you can't just stand in the middle of the open like that. That's a little silly, so make sure you're not doing that. And you're even running towards him, so if you were to peek, he would have a really free kill on you, so be careful. Okay. Nice, your teammate gets the kill on donut. You take house space. I like this. This is good. You took house space. I wish your team lived for you to take more space here. You kind of have to make a play at this point. The CTs have bomb, right? Like, they killed your team within Cheetah. They killed them, like, cave. They have the bomb control. So no one's really going to come back at this point to clear mid because they don't care about mid. All they care about is the bomb. So you need to start, you know, taking space. So there's no point in wasting time trying to wait for someone to push you because it's just not going to happen. All right, you eventually start pushing. It's fine. Good clearing. Your teammate takes some space. Yeah, this is all fine. Hopefully you kill this ramp guy. Clear ramp, clear ramp. Big kill on ramp. Last guy Cheetah. Let's see how you play the 1v1. Okay, be careful how you're peeking. You definitely peeked that a little bit poorly. If you understand, this might just be because you're a little bit lower level and you don't understand the angles as well, but when you look at this in slow motion, you'll see what I mean by peeking this poorly. And this is a problem I see in a lot of players, even like a little bit higher level players. They'll kind of walk into angles before being ready to peek them with their crosshair. So if you look here, when I like pause it on when you're showing your body, right, like your crosshair isn't actually peeking anything other than maybe if he was standing like along this wall, which isn't common, or really close to you, and you kind of knew he was further away anyway because your teammate died over there. So you want to be pre-aiming like common angles here. You want to be peeking, putting your crosshair onto the angle and then peeking into it, but you kind of walked into the whole angle that he could be holding and you aren't even ready. So if he was a little bit more confident and was just holding this angle, you would have lost the fight even though he's 1 HP because you're not even aiming at him and your crosshair isn't even on him and you'd have to flick over to him. So you have to be careful about how you're peeking things and just take it a little bit slower. I know there's only 15 seconds left, but there's still plenty of time to get the bomb and plant because, you know, you're right here on site. If there was, you know, if the bomb was in here, I would understand being a little bit more like quick, but you do still have time, so you need to be a little bit more careful with how you're peeking things. Okay, he re-peeked into you. Just walk towards the bomb, grab the bomb, and run back. Don't waste time here. Okay. Plant for default. Eee. Okay, that's fine. Cutting it a little bit close. He's towards ramp now. Nice, so you smoke that off, you need to turn around. So that's the whole point of smoking that off is, you, like, it's the good play here is to smoke a side off. I'm fine with that. You could have also thrown a smoke on the site somewhere to play around, but this is fine to smoke this off. But as soon as you smoke that off, your next reaction has to be to turn right around because otherwise, why are you smoking off a side of the map? And do not pull out your knife here. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad. When you don't see him for this long, right? So you were in cave. You saw him right here, and then he completely disappeared from this point. So what are his only two options? He's not gonna, most likely he's not gonna come around this way. So he's either here or he's here. So you need to be prepared for that option, right? He didn't peek you. You got bombed down. You smoke this off. That's fine, but you cannot be pulling your knife out here. That could have been really bad, but nice kill, and you win the round, so all good, I guess. Now, I would definitely like to see you guys do some sort of quick mid here. In general, on T-side Ancient, it's really good to condition middle, and the best rounds to condition something when you aren't confident on doing it on a gun round, or you don't want to risk it on a gun round when the CTs have like full nades and everything, is to do it when you know the CTs are on eco or a very low buy, because your chance of winning the round is really high, and then the CTs are going to be worried about it on gun rounds because, you know, you did it on an eco round, and they might not understand that you just did it on an eco round, and they might be worried about it on the next gun rounds. So I think going fast mid would be really good here to condition it. Let's see what you guys do. All right, you guys are just doing another heavy B play, which is fine, but like I said, I would have liked to see a fast mid to condition here. You threw some sort of smoke at the start. You threw a left side smoke, but you guys also have a lurk smoke, so not really sure what you guys' plan is with these. You don't really need both in any situation, but even if you are going to throw both, right, you kind of trolled by not even mulling pillar because of exactly what happened. This person is just here and is holding the ramp, and both of your smokes are useless. You didn't deny anything. He was able to sit pillar and hold ramp, so if you're gonna throw smokes on the site like this, you need to also molly pillar so that no one can see, but you don't really need the left side smoke. Just throw the lurk smoke in a molly because that is more pressure than you need. You don't really need the left side smoke as well. Let's see where you died. I'm not really sure what happened on the rest of the default here. But you guys shouldn't be losing rounds like this when the CTs have a force buy with like no nades, so not really sure what happened. So you're just holding towards ramp here while your team is not really holding your cat, so you're opening yourself up to all of the, you know, cat peaks here, so that is obviously a big mistake. Be careful about how you're, you know, positioning yourself on the map, and make sure that your team is covering the side of the map that is very common for the CTs to be, and catwalk and cave is very common for the CTs, so just be careful of that. And you probably just die, and I mean, yeah, you're just standing here in the middle of the open, and your team didn't even really react to what was happening. They were kind of blind. But yeah, I mean, you guys this is kind of a really poor round. You guys are throwing a lurk smoke, a left side smoke, no pillar molly. You guys aren't throwing any molly for cave or cat. You guys might have smoked house. I'm not really sure if you did or not, but you just had one person die mid, and you guys are doing like really a whole bunch of nothing towards B. You just threw 2 smokes on site, didn't do anything with it, and just sat here. So if you're going to be heavy B with 4, just do some sort of walk-up play. Like, just throw the lurk smoke or the left side smoke, molly pillar, and just walk up B with 3 people. Have one person spot cat. From here, just jiggle it. You can molly cat back at the start of the round, and just walk up B. Do something aggressive with your numbers. Don't just sit around and let the CTs just, like, walk into the angles that you aren't holding and kill you. Because especially at this level, when you just do a default like this and don't really have, you know, the best players on your team, or maybe you aren't even the best player and you don't really understand the defaults well, you're going to end up leaving gaps, like exactly what happened, right? There was a huge gap in cat and cave. So sometimes it's better to just call, like, very, you know, puggy things, but together. So just B ramp walks, just smoke left, you know, molly pillar, and just walk up the B ramp together as 4 or 5. Or like I said, this would have been a perfect round to just rip fast mid. Just go 5 people mid, 4 people mid. Smoke house, throw the 2 flashes here, throw 2 flashes right side, that's it, and just go fast mid. Sometimes that's better in a lot of situations than trying to do a default, especially in a pug. So I think it would have been better for you guys to just play together here. But it looks like you guys are going to win the round anyway. Your team just took up the B ramp, so we'll just go to the next round. All right, again, you guys are kind of going into this default. Like I said, it's not bad on Ancient to go into a default a lot, but I'd like to see some sort of change up just to keep the CTs on guard. You know, you don't want to let them see the same thing every single round because it becomes easy to counter. So especially on these rounds where they don't have the best utility, I think it would be good to throw in some sort of change up, an A rush, a B rush, a mid rush, just something fast to, you know, catch them off guard. Also, your molly missed. It missed even worse than before. It landed in the smoke somehow and didn't even land at all, so make sure you're not messing up your molly. So after you do this mid utility, it looks like you guys get to kill A and try and speed up towards A, which I think is actually fine, like trying to throw some A pressure while your team goes towards B, I think would have been best case, because at this point you guys are so disconnected, right? You guys are all the way over here, your team's 3B with bomb. I think the best case, instead of trying to like connect through donut to A, which is what it looks like your team is about to try and do, or are they about to fake and then go B? Yeah, it looks like your team's going to try and come off mid into donut, but I don't think that's actually the best case, even though you got the kill A. I think the best case is for you, too, to just make a lot of pressure, you know, throw these nades that you guys are throwing, which is good, and then just have your team walk up B late, because the CTs are going to have to rotate because they lost an A player, and you guys are making a lot of pressure, so that's fine, but I don't think you guys should have connected here. I just want to see your mistake here pulling out your smoke. So you get 1 kill A, but you have to understand that, especially when you see that it's like a low buy or a MP9, it's very possible for there to be someone else in a main. There could be someone here, there could be someone anywhere holding. So pulling out your knife and just running here like A is a solo position is not smart, because there could be, there could be 3A, there could be 4A, it could be an eco stack, right? So you have to be aware of what's happening, and it's not always going to be just one person A, so you can't always just pull out your knife as soon as you kill an A player, because, it's not always one person. So definitely be aware, keep your gun out, and then, yeah, just be aware that there could be someone else in the site. You want to be clearing all these angles first before you pull out any sort of smoke. Almost got you killed. Okay, you get the smoke down onto spawn. It's not the best smoke either. You usually want the smoke to land like around here or even further towards this side, because you don't want them to be able to come through so easily and then peek angles like this. You want the smoke to land here so they can't stand here. But yeah, like I said, I think this would all be good if you guys were doing this and your team was also just walking up B at the same time. If your team was standing here and ready to walk up ramp, they would have killed this guy and had a very free B bomb site. So, but look, they're going to try and rotate all the way over. And, I mean, they're going to make it and it's going to work. I just think it could have been more risky than needed, because the CTs could have been in positions in mid because we didn't really have too much mid control. They could have been in cave. They could have been like, possibly 2 people, 3 people in cave. They could have killed your team. There's just more risks than needed because this rotate is really long. And I think it would have been very smart and very easy to just sit here while you guys make a lot of pressure. You have the opportunity, and then the rest of your team just walks at B because the B bomb site would have been pretty much free. But it's all good. You guys win the round anyway. It works out. Or I'm assuming you win the round, but you made it to the site, so let's see what happens. Hopefully you guys win the round. Not really sure what you're looking at there. Okay, this is all fun. Your team's kind of, hunting for ecos a little bit. That's fine. It is a pug. All right, looks good. Let's see if you guys do any sort of change up for this round, or it's just going to be another default. Okay, 5B. Some sort of B rush. This is good. A change up. You do it with the lurk smoke. Nice. This is actually a really good call. I like you've been throwing the lurk smoke on some rounds, so it kind of has conditioned the CTs a little bit because they've seen the lurk smoke before. You also kind of know the CTs have been playing a little bit aggressive towards cat because you died here a few times. So a B rush is really good. You know that the CT player might be committed into cave. Use this smoke. The only thing I would say is that maybe you need a little bit more utility, maybe something towards deep CT, maybe a smoke into cave, because at this point it's really tough to, take any more control, because, you smoke yourself off for the right side, and then trying to cross this line is really hard because CT's open, cave is open, anything right side long is open. So it looks like you guys don't really have a plan right now, and I'll have to see what you guys do. But generally, you'd want to get some sort of cave smoke so that you can, cross this way. You can come here, clear this, molly CT, or if it's smoked, that's better. And then you can start clearing these right side angles and then taking more control. But it doesn't look like you guys are going to throw anything yet, but maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if you throw anything cave. Okay, you molly cave, that's fine. And you molly CT, so, I mean, honestly, I'm entirely wrong. I honestly didn't think you guys were going to throw utility that well. I didn't think you guys had it in you, to be honest, from some of the rounds I've seen. But yeah, you guys actually did the right thing. I think you could take some control at this point. You got the molly onto cave. You got the molly CT. You don't really want to fall back in this situation in a 4v4 because the CTs have so much utility. You rush to the site, right? So the CTs are still going to have a lot of util. And if the CTs know any retake utility, if you fall back into ramp, if you fall back into emo, you're going to get mollied out. You're going to get smoked out. The CTs still have cave control. So you have to either push for long and CT, or you have to push for cave late. I wouldn't just fall back and play all the way back passive. You guys smoke off cave. You look like you're the only one who really understands the objective here, but it's important that your team also knows. So this cave smoke is good, and you just have to make sure your team is also pushing with you to take this control, because doing it alone is really risky. You're just going to die, and then no one's here to trade you. So it's not your fault. It's more on your team not coming with you, but you had the right idea, so that's good. But I think we're going to see, the problem with playing back right now, because this is just going to be impossible to hold. Well, your teammate got one, gets traded, but I mean, there's just no way to win this. No molly, nothing on the site, right? There's just no way to win this round as the T's. So you had the right idea. You just have to make sure your team's on the same page as you. Okay, the CTs have the person without the kit diffusing. I have no idea what I'm watching. Wow, that was a beautiful display of Counter-Strike. I do really like the change-up you did. I think that was a really good call. I think the end round could have been played a little bit better. Just make sure you're taking control together. Okay, back onto a default round, kind of, but your team's running out mid alone. Not really sure what he's doing, but if your team's gonna be going fast mid, first of all, you need to support him. He needs some sort of support more, right? He threw a self flash for himself, but you really want to have the 2 high left flashes that land over here to blind these people, and then you want the 2 flashes high right to blind anyone if they fall back into donut. And of course, you want to house smoke so that you can't just be seen from house. So missing a lot of utility for this person rushing mid. Not sure what was called, if you called or he just ran it down for fun. It's kind of, hard to tell. It is a pug. But also, if you see your team is running out mid fast, you probably want to go to try and trade him in most cases, because you actually probably could have had some like free trades here. But also, there's no point in mollying cat, right, if you are going fast mid, because the only reason to molly cat back is because you don't want the CTs to jump up cat. But if your team is going out mid and getting the info, then there's no point in mulling cat back, right? Because you're already clearing all of mid. I guess you could be worried about getting smoked here, but in general, I think you probably should have just been going out mid with your teammate instead of being worried about mulling cat. I don't really know what was called, but it does look like you could tell that he was about to run out mid. So I think just like try and change your plan a little bit here instead of just standing here, getting blind by his flash and then mulling cat. I would have tried to like trade him in some way, or just try to support him better if he said he was going to go fast mid. Let's see what happens. Your team comes off cat. Really good clear. Good awareness of the CT player. Okay, flash over mid coming through the smoke. Not really sure where your smoke is there. Not really the best smoke. Not really necessary. Okay, you're clearing inside of this smoke. Your smoke is going to make it a little hard. Good kill. Yeah, nice kill. Your smoke is just a little sketch. If anyone was able to play it behind this, if they like tucked into this smoke and then heard you jump up cat, they would have had like a really free flank on you. If that makes sense. So be careful about like throwing smokes like that. That's not a necessary smoke to come out mid. Okay, so I want to just see how you guys got the kills here and see if we could tell that this is the B player. Let's go over all the kills. We're going to go over every bit of information and show like what my thought process would be and probably what your thought process should be. So your teammate dies mid. It doesn't look like he actually sees anyone. Okay, so he actually does see two people, right? Or at least he should have seen two people, and he should be calling that, so we can assume two mid. In any case, it's pretty safe to assume that two are mid. So two mid, that's what we know so far. Your team is running off of B. They take cheetah control. They don't really know how many are towards B. It could be 2, it could be 3. We don't really know at this point in the round. We just know no one's cheetah. You heard that person step, I believe, actually. So at this point, let's see. You killed this person towards A. So you know one person was towards A, you pushed and died. You saw 2 mid at the start of the round. What does that leave? In most cases, that would probably mean that there's 2 towards B. If one person's pushing towards A, 2 people are towards mid, that means that the 2 people are probably towards B. It's actually not the case. This person was towards A for some reason, and this person pushed solo. So in my opinion, I would expect if we saw 2 mid, one person push A, I would either expect another person pushing behind him, or I would expect the other 2 players to be B. You get this kill on the flank, and then your teammate kills someone in mid here. So that's one of the mid players dead, right? So we killed one person pushing A, one of the mid players. What does that leave, right? So we killed one A player. We knew 2 were mid, we killed 1, so that leaves 1 mid player, and then we're missing 2 people. If this person is pushed A, that means no one's probably A, right? This person pushed for all the info, he's calling it's clear. No one's A. This person basically cleared all of mid by peeking out and killing this one person. And you know that mid is like, probably leaning towards clear. So the next position I would be worried about is B, right? I would expect even like 3 people B in this situation, but it's only 2. You guys get the kill into cheetah. Right now you get the trade into cheetah. You clear towards mid. You kill 1 mid. I would not think that this person is towards A. I would 100% think the last person is B. That's because we killed 1 A. This person is probably that push through A is calling A is clear. Is calling that A main's clear. So that means A is probably clear because no one's going to sit on the site while someone pushed through. You saw 2 mid. You now just killed the second mid player. Mid's clear now. What does that leave? The last 2 people? The last 2 people are B players. You killed 1. That means the last person has to be B. There's no way it's an A player or someone just sitting around here. He would definitely be towards the bomb site. So I would expect that this person is the B player, and you guys should probably be calling to just speed up towards A. You basically killed 3 people on this side of the map. The odds of there being another person towards A is very, very low, so just go towards A in this situation. I hope that wasn't too confusing for everyone, but I was just trying to explain like my thought process over every kill and how I would think about it, because I think to me it's very obvious that A is clear in this situation, or at least it's the highest % chance that A is clear in this situation. And you guys just get the kill anyway, right? So it's fine. But yeah, it could have just been, there's no point in having a risk like that when you know A is probably a clear site. All right, back towards heavy B. Looks like you're about to pull out a smoke. Definitely not the best idea. Anyone could have been walking down that whole time, so very risky. Be careful about that. You're probably going to smoke left side or something like you have been, which I think is actually fine to apply some pressure towards B. Yeah, left side molly pillar. That's actually fine to throw in around like this to help your team even take towards cheetah, because when you throw pressure onto the site like that, what does it make the cheetah players do? It makes this person or this person have to turn around and help this person because they're feeling the pressure of ramp. So it's actually good to throw that even maybe earlier than you did, or your team can wait for you to throw the util before trying to take up here, because like I said, it could pull this player away and make taking cheetah so much easier. But that's fine. You threw it on this timing, almost got blinded by your teammate's flash, and you're just walking up. All right, this is good. Really good take towards the site. Let's see if you just plant the bomb. Okay, your team has the bomb. I thought you had the bomb. Nice, you just smoke off long. You don't really need to take any more control. You guys have such a man advantage. Just have your teammate plant. You guys can play back and you'll win the 4v1 easily. Just missed the kill there, but you kind of had the right idea. Ooh, got a little bit close, but all good. You guys win the round. Okay, now 2B, 3 towards A, 2A main, 1 mid. B smoke. Okay, the CTs are actually 4 mid. Your teammate dies towards mid. You guys try and come off of cat. When your teammate... Okay, there's a lot of risk in this round, and I'm not really sure what the call or plan is here. So your teammates are walking to A main. This looks like some sort of default where you guys are trying to pressure extremities. So you're going to pressure A main by, applying A pressure, trying to peek these people and push these people off of A, as well as applying some B pressure. So that kind of forces the CTs to either commit to mid control and push and fight towards cat in mid, or they have to fall back and regroup into the bomb sites. So your teammate kind of makes a mistake by fighting mid really, really heavily and giving up a kill because all the pressure is on the extremity players, and this person needs to just be playing passive. So by sitting here and trying to spam the smoke, this is really bad because now he opens up everything in mid and just gives away a kill that is not needed. But after that, you have to understand that trying to go off of cat here is very hard for you guys. You aren't really connected with your A players. If they were towards mid and able to crunch mid with you as you come off of cat, that might have been fine, but the CTs could be in cheetah, they could be off of cat, they could even be walking down B ramp behind you guys while these people pick up cat. There's just so much that could be happening towards B right now that you guys don't really have the luxury of just walking up cat like you are, and it's going to be very risky, and I think it's going to be the reason you lose the round. I mean, yeah, that fight's just also very hard, and now look at the situation you're in. They could be here, they could be pushing behind you, they could be mid. Like, it's just such a bad situation to be in. You have to either, once your teammate dies here, you have to, these people have to regroup to help mid, or you just need to leave B entirely and just go towards A because your team is walking out towards A. So now you have to get the bomb and look at exactly where you are. You're in cave with the bomb, and your team is towards A trying to take A, and this is just, really, really bad. Oh my gosh, this is an insane situation you guys are in. They're 4 people cat. What is even going on here? They're 4 people cat. You're alone in cave with the bomb, and your team is towards A and taking the site. This is textbook bad planning. This is definitely not good. Yeah, and I mean, it's just impossible for you to accomplish anything because the situation you were in. So just bad planning, bad default. Your teammate mid kind of messed up by dying, and then after you guys kind of panicked and ran up cat, that is not the play. You need to regroup with your team in that situation. You can't try and take space like that because the CTs can be literally everywhere on you. So just kind of a bad default. 2-1-2 wasn't really played correctly. Okay, similar round, 2-1-2. Your team dies towards A main. You guys are kind of doing the same thing. You can't really take... Okay, you guys aren't going up cat yet, but yeah, this round's just played pretty poorly. I'm not really sure what is happening here. So you guys get smoked off of cave, but while you guys are smoked off of cave, your team is just fighting mid. So this is just really bad from them in mid. They can't really just be taking solo fights like that, while you guys are smoked off and can't help. So not really your fault towards B, more of the fault of your teammates after your teammate died A main. So this is kind of just tough in general. You guys honestly shouldn't be playing these 2-1-2 rounds because it's really hard. 2-1-2 is not a very common T-side default in Ancient. It's kind of a change-up, like I said, to apply pressure on the extremities so that if the CTs take mid, they have to fall back and split up, maybe go 2A, 1 here, 2B, so then you can start trying to take gaps towards donut, smoke off donut, take gaps in house. That's after you apply the pressure, but at this level, it doesn't look like your teammates really understand what the goal is of a default like this, so it's better to just what you guys have been doing. I would even prefer if you guys just kept doing the 3-4B defaults with one person mid. I think that's actually been better for you guys than doing any sort of 2-1-2 pressure extremity because, it's a little bit harder of a default. So let's see if you guys make a change up because of, the fact that default is not working. So it looks like you're going back into a heavy B. Your teammate just ran up B actually, so this is probably just a textbook pug round. Probably not much to talk about here. Yeah, I mean, that was just textbook pug round, so not really too much to talk about here. Looks like you guys are just gonna win the 3-1, and that should be it for the T side of the demo.